I'm about to talk about something that's very important, something that our education system failed to teach us, that our education system forbid to speak about. Stop being the nice guy. Stop being that nice girl. I'm talking about the modern definition of being nice. The modern definition of being nice, the nice guy, is being agreeable, conforming to what everybody else wants, participating in behaviors that avoid conflict and avoid speaking up for injustice and speaking up for truth, just conforming to the masses, being a people pleaser, trying to make sure that everybody else is pleased with our presence. Jesus wasn't a nice guy. Jesus was all loving. He was kind and he was gentle, but he was not a nice guy. In fact, he was dangerous. That's why they killed him. He was going against the norm and the belief of the time. That's the reason why they had him killed. It was the religious leaders that got him killed, because during that time he was going against the norm of what was believed. He was teaching people to behave at a higher level. He was expanding people's knowledge and wisdom to a higher level. Him being the divine God in the flesh brought fear amongst the average, speaking up against the religious leaders and their ways, speaking up against their hypocrisy, them being hypocrites, saying that, oh, you should not be doing this, then meanwhile they go do it. He was pushing the boundaries of religion and of society's norms. That's why they killed him. Now Jesus, he wasn't just a man. The Bible says that he performed miracles. He walked on water. He commanded the sea. He commanded the clouds. He rose people from the dead. He healed people from their sickness right then and there. He could read the minds of those that were plotting against him. After he was killed, he rose from the dead and came back to them. And his almighty presence is still with us today. Jesus didn't come to bring peace. Jesus came with a sword. Matthew chapter 2 explains the birth of Jesus, a spoken prophecy from hundreds or thousands of years back. When Jesus was born, people were guided to him from this star in the sky. Now, was that a star? Was that an angel? Was that a UFO? Who knows? The king at the time, King Herod, heard about this birth, believed to be the king of the Jews. Keep in mind, this is not modern day Jews. This is not modern day Israel. This is 2,000 years ago what Jews were and what Israel was. And Israel, it was not a country back then. Israel was a people. And Israel meant we who struggle with God. King Herod was the king of the nations. He sent these wise men to follow the star, to go find Jesus. He asked them to return to him and tell them the coordinates. But see, inside he wanted to kill the baby because he was scared. Scared that he would lose his position. The new king of the Jews just arrived. So the wise men went and meet Jesus. They brought him all these gifts and frankincense, they said, and gold, treasures. One of the wise men had an angel come to him in a dream that said, do not go back to King Herod. Joseph, the husband of Mary, the father of Jesus, got a dream from an angel saying to take the child to Egypt because Herod is going to try to kill him. So they departed to Egypt, and the wise men did not go back to King Herod. King Herod got angry, and he sent his men to slay all of the newborn babies in that area. Jesus didn't come to bring peace. Jesus came with a sword. Just the birth of Jesus was a prophecy fulfilled. The birth of Jesus came with destruction. Rachel mourns because her kids are no more. And yes, the act was done by man. The act was done by King Herod. That's the threat he opposed. That's the threat that Jesus opposed. Don't be the nice guy. Jesus' birth was the start of a battle between good and evil that has always been going on, but a massive battle between good and evil that led to the victory of his death on the cross. If he could perform all those miracles and do all those things, he could have snapped them all dead. He could have saved himself. The Bible says that we should be like Jesus. Paul says that we should live like how he did. Jesus taught us how we should live. And it's not being passive. It's not agreeing with what everybody says all the time. It's not conforming to the average, conforming to what everybody else is doing all the time. or being comfortable. It's to not seek fulfillment in worldly things like the mind, the body, the flesh, or materialistic things like cars and cash. He called us to chase after eternal things, and that's the Spirit of God. His commandment was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. And to love God is to be obedient to his command. Is to love people. Is to forgive people. So stop being the nice guy. Stop being the nice girl. Tell the truth. Speak up against injustice. Speak for what's right. Speak up against what is wrong. Pick your battles wisely. We got a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world. Don't shy away in the shadows, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening.